Hello, this is Ravza.
Hello, this is Beza.
Welcome to Fun Facts with R&B. Today's topic is going to be a little different from usual.
Yes, usually we give fun facts about animals, but today we decided to take a look at the habitats in which creatures live in and their different kinds of interactions.
What do you mean when you say habitat, Beza?
A habitat is a place where an organism makes its home. A habitat meets all the environmental conditions an organism needs to survive. For an animal, that means everything it needs to find and gather food, select a mate, and successfully reproduce. For a plant, a good habitat must provide the right combination of light, air, water, and soil. For example, the prickly pear cactus, which is adapted for sandy soil, dry climates, and bright sunlight, grows well in desert areas like the Sonoran Desert in northwest Mexico. It would not thrive in wet, cool areas with a large amount of overcast weather, like the U.S. states of Oregon or Washington. The main components of a habitat are shelter, water, food, and space. A habitat is said to have a suitable arrangement when it has the correct amount of all of these. Sometimes a habitat can meet some components of a suitable arrangement, but not all.
Oh, I know what you mean. For example, a habitat for a puma could have the right amount of food, water, and shelter. The puma habitat would not have a suitable arrangement, however, if it lacks enough space for this large predator to establish its own territory. An animal might lose this component of habitat, space, when humans start building homes and businesses, pushing an animal into an area too small for it to survive.
Good job, Ravza. There are many different types of habitats like grasslands, polars, deserts, mountains, temperate forests, freshwater, oceans, and rainforest habitats.
Exactly, and these different habitats are home to different animals. They live well together because they all do things to help keep the whole habitat healthy and in balance.
Also, a fun fact, did you know the story of who eats what in a habitat is actually called a food chain?
Actually, I do, but more on that after the video.
What a great song!
Yes, it was wonderful. Now on to our next topic, food chains.
As in McDonald's and Burger King?
No, silly. Those are fast food chains. We humans invented them. I'm talking about food chains in ecosystems. The term food chain describes the order in which organisms or living things depend on each other for food. Every ecosystem or community of living things has one or more food chains.
So food chains are nature's Burger King?
No, but I guess if different organisms started living in Burger King, started eating each other, you could call that a food chain. Anyway, back to the actual food chain. Most food chains start with organisms that make their own food, such as plants. Scientists call them producers. Organisms that eat each other. Organisms that eat other living things are known as consumers. A squirrel that feeds on plants is called a primary consumer, for example. A hawk that eats the squirrel and other primary consumers is called a secondary consumer.
Interesting. But what about mushrooms? They don't produce their own foods like plants or eat other creatures.
That's true. They are the group of organisms called decomposers.
Whoa.
Decomposers are often the final link in a food chain. They are bacteria and other organisms that cause decay. When plants and animals die, decomposers break down their tissue. This adds nutrients to the soil so that new plants may grow. Then the food chain begins again.
And it all comes full circle.
Exactly. Now on to the video. Somebody should probably help him down.
I'm sure he will be okay. Now, on to the last topic of today, climate change. Climate change describes a change in the average conditions, such as temperature and rainfall, in a region over a long period of time. For example, 20,000 years ago, much of the United States was covered in glaciers. In the United States today, we have a warmer climate and fewer glaciers. Global climate change refers to the average long-term changes over the entire Earth. These include warming temperatures and changes in perception as well as the effects of Earth's warming, such as rising sea levels, shrinking mountain glaciers, ice melting at a faster rate than usual in Greenland, Antarctica, and in the Arctic, changes in flower and plant blooming times.
Is this a bad thing?
Well, Rauza, Earth's climate has constantly been changing, even long before humans came into the picture. However, scientists have observed unusual changes recently. For example, Earth's average temperature has been increasing much more quickly than they would expect over the past 150 years.
But why is that?
Certain gases in Earth's atmosphere block heat from escaping. This is called the greenhouse effect. These gases keep Earth warm, like the glass in a greenhouse keeps plants warm. Human activities such as burning fuel to power factories, cars, and buses are changing the natural greenhouse. These changes cause the atmosphere to trap more heat than it used to, leading to a warmer Earth. Now on to the video.
That was very informative. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Yes, and it seems we have neared the end of another video.
Thanks for watching Fun Facts with RNB. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned to Fun Facts with RNB on NTR. Goodbye.